Blue moon and supermoon. On August 30th, 2023, we're going to have a beautiful full moon in Pisces. So a blue moon is the second full moon lunation in 1 month. And a supermoon is when we are closer to the Earth and it looks larger than a normal full moon. August 30th, 2023, we're going to have this beautiful full moon in the watery sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It invites you to delve deep into the depths of your soul. It wants you to explore these uncharted waters of your dreams and of your imagination. This lunation, it's further enhanced by the conjunction with the planet Saturn. Saturn is also known as the taskmaster of the zodiac. It represents all time and matter. Now, Saturn wants boundaries. It wants limitations. And Pisces is very fluid and ethereal. Together, this combination is asking you to create some healthy boundaries when it comes to your beliefs, to your work, and to work through any limitations that you have. It's about following your dreams. Now, while full moons, they often bring heightened emotions, this is about you needing to embark on an introspective journey. This is a quest for you to go deeper within the meaning and the significance of. Piscean energy, it awakens our yearning for something that's profound, something that resonates at the very essence of your being. Pisces is a sign known for its otherworldly intuition and its boundless imagination, and it often fosters dreams that seem to like slip through your fingers when they're grasped. So the presence of Saturn mixed in with this alignment, it serves as an anchor that will help ground your dreams and your ideals into the fabric of your everyday reality. Saturn, remember, is referred to as the cosmic taskmaster. And so it's compelling you to confront your responsibilities. It's about you manifesting your visions and taking concrete steps towards turning your dreams into something more tangible. Now, during this lunation, take a moment to reflect on the depths of your aspirations. What legacy do you wish to leave behind? What dreams have you harbored in the corners of your heart? The answers may not come swiftly, but this lunation is encouraging you to have patience and persistence. And think of it as you're a skilled alchemist, and Saturn's conjunction with this full moon is going to guide you into transmuting the intangible into real, the ephemeral into the concrete. So tap into your intuition, your creativity, your spiritual awareness. Engage in practices that help you connect to the mystical forces of the universe, such as meditation, journaling, communing with nature, nice soaks in a bathwater, or get near an ocean or a lake or something that's like take a walk barefoot. Allow the watery currents of Pisces to cleanse away the barriers that inhibit your self-expression and your authenticity. So, hi, I'm Patricia Tate, your astrologer, and this is your forecast for the Pisces Blue Moon 2023, August 30th. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, this full moon is occurring in your 12th house. Now the 12th house for you is the hidden. It is the secret. It's where we have confinement. It can mean hospitals. It can mean where we go for meditation or seclusion, or it's about going within. Now remember that full moons, they reveal and show us things. So the sun is currently in your 6th house of needing to find some balance between some work and home. And Mercury is retrograde. And this is about going back over some things in your life. Now, with Saturn conjunct the moon here, Saturn wants boundaries. Saturn wants to know or wants to push you to say, where have you given away your dreams? Where have you not had boundaries for people? This is about following your intuition. I love the fact that Pisces is this moon in Pisces because the moon is already intuitive. And so this is removing some of the boundaries that you have had with other people, and you focusing on what are your dreams, what are your hopes, what are your intuitions, needing to cleanse and remove some boundaries that you have with following other people and theirs. Now, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune. It's also in your 12th house. It is currently retrograde. Look, Neptune retrograde is the opportunity to see things clearly. Neptune retrograde is when Neptune is direct, you have these dreams, you see the bigger picture, you have these beliefs, but sometimes they're with rose-colored glasses. And when Neptune is retrograde, you really see things for who and what they are. And so what it is that you are able to complete. The 12th house is about shamanic work. It is about dreams, intuition, connection to the spiritual realm. It's about your subconscious mind. It's you tapping into what are your gifts, what are your intuition, what are things that you know to be true, and not always having to prove them to other people. When this happens in the 12th house, it is you connecting and knowing certain things, hearing certain things, seeing certain things, and other people not always getting it. Jupiter is also the co-ruler, and it is in your second house. The second house is your cash, your property, your self-worth, and Jupiter wants to expand it. If you follow your personal dreams, if you follow your intuition, this is about you gaining clarity on you moving forward with your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, not following somebody else's. Remember that the nodes have just shifted into the Libra and the Aries axis. And the Aries axis is the north node of you having to focus on you. It's the me. Aries is focused on what can I do. I need to put myself first before I try to balance the scales and try to please others. The south node in Libra is connecting to I want to please, I want to make everybody happy, especially my partners. Remember that yours is in your 7th house of your connection to significant others, partners, business relations, and friendships. And you seriously having to take time to put your needs first. Your direction comes first. Now, this full moon is going to reveal some things. It's going to bring to light and ask you to examine what are the deeper motivations. How do you channel your energy? How do you go after your spiritual pursuits? How do you balance your drive with your inner reflection? Because this is a time for profound breakthroughs that could offer you a connection to the spiritual realm, but you having to take time out for yourself, literally setting aside time for meditation, grounding, earthing, to receive the messages, because it's going to help you and your self-worth. This is about transformation, literally, of personally you. Remember that we're going to have some kind of this opposition to where your sun is, and that is your the balance between your hopes with how do I manage my work and my home. And Mercury being retrograde is how do I communicate this clearly. There is this grand Earth trine going on, and this is about solid, stable, reliable, but can be kind of stubborn and set in its ways. And so Mercury is, you're going to be going back over exercise routines, health routines. Mercury in your 6th house is you going back over your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, things that you used to do for yourself and things that you need to go back to doing for yourself. This is setting aside time for yourself to dive into these spiritual endeavors that it's your once a year time that you get this opportunity, and to see things clearly with Neptune, and to have this breakthrough with how you clearly see yourself, focusing on yourself before you focus on partners. So for Taurus and Taurus rising, this full moon is occurring in your 11th house. I love this because this is your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, and the groups of people or the select people that you choose to work with in order to manifest them. Saturn here is literally offering you these removing some boundaries and bringing in boundaries around other, making sure that you are going after what you are supposed to, not jumping on somebody else's bandwagon and going after what they want and what they need. I want to bring in that Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and Neptune is currently retrograde. Now, Neptune here, when Neptune is direct, this is having the goggles on to, I have these big dreams, I have these big hopes, I have these big wishes, I want to manifest this, I want to make it come true. Stationed retrograde is seeing things clearly, understanding what limits you and what you have to do to work around that. And so in your 11th house is, who do I have to connect with? What groups or what relationships or organizations do I have to participate in order to move me along farther with what I want to do? Now, Jupiter is also the co-ruler of Pisces, and it is in your first house of self. This is manifesting what you want, what you need. It's transforming who you are becoming. This is an opportunity for you to go after your hopes, go after your dreams, to follow your intuition, to cleanse yourself and remove some boundaries about, I'm okay to leave these groups behind. They no longer serve the purpose. I'm allowed to leave this Facebook group. I'm allowed to, I no longer want to participate in this. And I need to join this. This will bring in other opportunities for you. This is also about you confronting your responsibilities and taking the steps to turn your dreams into a reality. You're going to be able to see everything clearly, and it's going to transform who you are. Remember that we have the North Node in your 12th house, and this is an opportunity to isolate and say, I need to take time out to figure out who I am, what I want, who I want to become, and I need to leave behind the pleasing of other people. The North Node in Aries is a focus on me. What do you want? What do you need? How do you go about getting your wants, your needs? This is going to be a year and a half of a transformation of you going within and setting boundaries around, I need to please myself first before I work on others. And what are my personal dreams? What are my goals? And how will it change me? Well, with Uranus here, it will change you dramatically. It'll change how you look, how you act, how other people see you. This is going to be an opportunity for you changing who you are for the greater good over a longer period of time. Take these steps to take your dreams to the next level. What do you want to do? You're seeing everything clearly. The sun is currently in your 5th house of your things that bring you pleasure. And this can be children, childlike activities, creating things. The 5th house is things that bring you actual joy. Now, Mercury is retrograde, having you go back over some details or some things that you have maybe started and not completed in the past. So maybe this sun here with the Mercury is opposing where you're supposed to be going, having you go back to what brought you pleasure. What do you need to get rid of, and what do you need to bring more of in your life? This is part of this grand earth trine between your 9th house of learning, your 5th house of joy, and your 1st house of self. Meaning you might be, you are set, you are solid, you're stable, you're reliable, but you might be a little bit stubborn and not wanting to change some things. So go back over what truly brings you joy. Connect with new groups. And the full moon is going to totally illuminate, and remember, it's about endings and closures, so there can be some projects that could be ending and some people that could be leaving your life at this time in order to bring in new. Follow your dreams because you can see them clearly, because this is going to transform who you are. Embrace your intuition and your dreams, because these hold the keys to your authentic, true path of where you're headed. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, we have the Sun in your 4th house, illuminating things that have to do with your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, your ancestors. This has to do with your private and personal life that you don't share with others. We also have this illuminating your 10th house. Now, the 10th house for you is your career. It's your public life. It is your it's your you in the outside. It's your legacy of what you want to leave behind. So full moons can be endings and closures, but it's in Pisces. And so this is a part of your life with your career or your legacy that you're going to be ending and leaving behind, focusing on what are your dreams, what are your intuitions, and what do you want to now move forward with. The ruler of Pisces is Neptune, and it's Jupiter. So first, let's take a look at Neptune. Neptune is the planet of I have these hopes, wishes, and dreams, and it's very watery and fluid, but it's currently retrograde. I like Neptune retrograde in that it allows me to take off the rose-colored glasses and see things clearly as they are. So this is you having these hopes, wishes, dreams for your career, for things that you want to be known for, your public life, how people see you, and you can see them clearly. It's offering you this opportunity of I know where the boundaries are. I know what I'm capable of. Now, Jupiter is in your 12th house. This is expanding upon your dreams, the spiritual realm, shamanic work, connection to the spiritual realm. It's your subconscious mind. It's also the house of isolation and having to go within in order to receive these messages or in order to connect. And so let's go back to the full moon. We know you're going to have some endings and some closures, and that you need to remove some of these boundaries. This is an opportunity for you to confront your responsibilities, to take the steps that you need to do to turn your new dreams into a reality, so that your career, your job is just not mundane every single day. What else do you want to do? Now, the moon is being illuminated by the sun in the 4th house. We have Mercury stationed retrograde. Mercury is having you go back over some things. This could be real estate. This could be property. This could be traditions, and this could be things that you used to do, and property, and this is your private life. So this is revealing that this area needs work. And how are you going to do it? Through your career, through your job, finding more meaning for yourself out there in the outside world. Now, you do have this grand Earth trine between these 3 houses, and meaning you are solid, you are stable in the 4th house of home with your connection to the spiritual realm, and in your 8th house of shared resources. And this is the house of your contracts that you have with others. It's also the house of deep bonding, or these deep connections with others. I want to remind you that I do love trines in Earth, but this also means that you can sometimes be a little bit immovable or stubborn and not wanting to change. And that's probably what this opposition is between these 2 houses, of knowing that you need to change, knowing that you need to go after things that will fulfill you spiritually in order to move forward. So confront your responsibilities. Take the time to turn your personal hopes, wishes, and dreams into success for yourself over the longer period of time. Take time to reassess your long-term goals, to integrate the practical sensibilities with your spiritual insights that you are now receiving in abundance, because this will lead to more professional success for you that will resonate deeply within your soul. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, this full moon is occurring in your 9th house. I absolutely love the opportunity to have this Pisces full moon because it's connecting you to other people, places, and things that are not local to you. It's using the internet, or it's traveling. It's diving into a spiritual class or a workshop. Because it's a full moon, there might be some things that are ending for you in this area of your life. It's challenging maybe some of your beliefs. Remember that Saturn is asking for you to have boundaries, and Pisces is, let's dissolve some of these boundaries. So the full moon offering closure or endings, and Pisces is offering your dreams, your intuition, and needing to remove these old boundaries and be accepting of new information that comes to you. Pisces is ruled by Neptune and by Jupiter. So I look first to Neptune. Neptune is currently retrograde. Neptune is its home sign is Pisces. And so Neptune is my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my feeling with one with the universe. And it's not always seeing things clearly, but when it's retrograde, it's like taking off the rose-colored glasses and seeing things exactly how they are, knowing what your limitations are, knowing what your boundaries are, knowing what is available to you to access your dreams. So you can actually use this to your advantage to say, I have this hope, I have this dream, I want to connect with these people that are far and wide, I want to travel here, I want to take this class, I'm going to dive into this and understand this. I want the 9th house is where you publish things, it's where you learn things, it's where you teach things. And so this is your opportunity to dive more into that. Now, the other ruler is Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. In your 11th house, the 11th house is the social circles in which you work within in order to reach your goals and your aspirations. And so you have these dreams, and now who are you going to align with in order to make this happen? This is your relationship with peers. This is your it's your work circle. It's your friendship circle in that you share like-minded things. These are your social groups. This could be you changing some of your focuses for your career, for your goals. I bring that up because the North Node is in your 10th house, and the 10th house is your career, your legacy. It is you, and it's in the sign of Aries. And so for the next year and a half, you are gearing up to focus on you, focus on your career, focus on what is the legacy that you want to leave behind. Aries is all about me, all about the I, the head, I have to focus on me before I focus on anybody else. And your South Node is in your house of home. So truly taking into consideration, what are your hopes, wishes, and dreams before you focus on anything else that has to do with your home, your family. This could be a challenge for you. So over the next year and a half, you are now gearing up to say, I have to put my dreams first. I have to put my hopes and my wishes first. Who do I collaborate with in order to make this happen? In order to manifest this? Do I travel here? Do I take this class? Do I take this workshop? I want to bring your attention to these three houses because there's this grand earth trine. The sun is illuminating your third house, and an earth trine is solid, stable, reliable, but can also be stubborn or stuck. And your sun is in your third house of communication, and it's illuminating the area of your house that's your relationship with your siblings, it's your relationship with your neighbors, it's communication. And so Mercury is retrograde in your third house. So maybe you connect with these people that are further away, but you're having to reformat. How are you doing things at home? The third house is about writing. It's about journaling. It's also about short distance travel. And it's about things that are familiar to you, your neighborhood. And so retrograde is going back over material that you've already worked on. So are you completing some things that have to do with travel abroad? Are you completing a spiritual class or a workshop? Are you publishing something and now you're going to be spending some time closer to home? And how do you do that with following your personal hopes, wishes, and dreams for your career? Well, it's going to be through networking. Remember that Uranus is the planet of shock, surprise. It's also electric, so think of email and Zoom and technology, and how do I connect with the bigger picture and people that are farther away from me in order to get the things that I know that I need. It's you confronting your responsibilities and saying, I have to put myself first before I put anybody else's needs above my own. I have to pay attention to my dreams, my intuition. I need to remove these old boundaries and set in some quality space for myself. I need to take steps to put my dreams into a reality. This is an opportunity for you to let go of any scattered pursuits that you have, to have a deeper understanding of life's mysteries, an opportunity to dive into it, to balance your logic with your intuition to bring about these profound insights that you're going to experience. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, we look to the full moon that is occurring in your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is the house of shared resources. It's other people's money, it's debt, it's anything, any contracts that you share with other people. It's also the house of deep bonding that you share with others. It's other people's opinions, it's other people's money, it's other people's values, and it's how you relate to it. So a full moon here is going to be revealing and having some closures or some endings. Now, these could be contracts that you share with other people. This could be ending of dreams that you've shared with other people, and now focusing on your dreams, following your intuition. Now, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune and Jupiter. So I first want to go to Neptune. Neptune is currently retrograde. Neptune loves to see the good in everybody, the good in everything. Neptune has these rose-colored glasses on of this is what I can accomplish. This is what I can do. But retrograde, Neptune has taken off the rose-colored glasses and sees things for what they really are. And so this is an opportunity to say, these things are going to be ending with these people in my life, possibly these contracts, or possibly people have passed on and you're going to be receiving money, or this could be these shared resources. Something could be ending with that, or these shared bonds that you have with people, because now you're seeing things clearly. Now you're seeing things that this has ended and it's a new chapter that needs to begin. And so Jupiter is involved. Now, Jupiter is at the top of your chart, which has to do with your career, your job, your legacy in the sign of Taurus. These things have to end because you need to be focused on yourself, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. Jupiter at the top of your chart is saying these things need to end because I need to be focused on what is in my best and highest good. I need to expand my career. I need to expand my horizons. We have the North Node is in your ninth house in the sign of Aries, stating it's about me versus the you, because the North Node is the direction in which you're going for the next 18 months. And so this lunation is, I have to put my needs first before I focus on other people for what I want to leave, for a legacy, for what I want to have for my career. And how do I do that? I might have to travel. I need to publish something, or I might need to dive into a class or a workshop, or I might be the teacher of that class or that workshop. The ninth house is foreign people, places, things. It's about experiencing things that are not close to you, and you having to take charge and do these things, and leaving behind the always pleasing other people. Pisces is about your dreams, your intuition. It's about needing to get rid of these old boundaries and to shore up some new, to confront your responsibilities. What do you own in this? Where have you been responsible and allowed other people to take over your hopes, wishes, and dreams? And now you need to take steps in order to turn your dreams into your personal reality, because it's going to be for your career, your job, your legacy that you're going to leave behind. You are seeing things crystal clear now, having to put your need for travel, for learning, for experiencing things in the outside world first before you move on to supporting others in theirs. To use Saturn's influence for you to face any personal financial responsibilities and transform your approach to partnerships and change them. You're looking for an emotional depth and a vulnerability that's going to lead to these strengthened connections that you're going to have with all of this. This is an opportunity for more empowered, a sense of security for you to be moving forward with. A full moon in your 8th house is an opportunity to see clearly from the sun's perspective of, I need to focus on my personal cash, property, and self-worth. What will make you feel safe and secure? Mercury is stationed retrograde in your 2nd house. Now, Mercury here has you literally going back over your personal finances, and there will be some things that are ending and shared with other people's finances. The sun in your 2nd house is, in order for you to feel secure, it's about your self-worth, and in order for you to feel secure, you need to take care of your money, your property, your finances. The 2nd house is about your personal resources. It's about movable property. Your 8th house is about what you share with other people. The 2nd house is also about your values and your opinions. And this full moon will definitely be illuminating and ending some things and saying, I need to focus on me. I need to focus on things for my own security in order to move forward with. So for Virgo sun and Virgo rising, this full moon is occurring in your 7th house. Now, the 7th house is partners, relationships, your one-on-one business partners, your significant others. It's about marriage. It's about your good friends. These are like it's the house of contracts, and it's your 1+1 house. It's you with somebody else. And so there's going to be some endings, some closures, this could be somebody no longer needs your service, or this could be you saying, this relationship has run its course and we are going to be going separate ways. Remember that full moons, they are about endings, but this is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your intuition is spot on. It's about needing to cleanse and remove some boundaries that maybe people have had on you, and that you are ready to explore new things, new partners. So this could be maybe ending with certain clients because they no longer need your service, and now you're moving that you're going to offer a wider range of. This is an opportunity to take steps and bring your dreams into a reality. So who do you want to connect with? The ruler of Pisces is Neptune and Jupiter. And so Neptune in the 7th house is your dreams. Neptune direct is seeing things and having wanting everything to blend together, and there are no boundaries to it. It's very fluid, very watery. But since it is stationed retrograde, this is an opportunity that the rose-colored glasses are off. This is you seeing things clearly of how far can you take this relationship? How far can you work with this business partner? Or do we need to reestablish the parameters of? Because Jupiter is also the co-ruler, and it is in your 9th house. This is higher learning, travel, foreign people, places, things, publishing. This is contracts. And so at this time, Jupiter wants to expand this area of your life. Now, I'm going to bring to your attention that we have this grand Earth trine between your 9th house. I'm going to double circle it for you. Your 9th house and your 5th house of your what brings joy to you. This is the house of children, childlike activities, love affairs. It is the house of pleasure, and it's in a grand Earth trine with your 1st house of self. And so the 1st house is all about you. It is your personality, your personal appearance, and Earth trines are extremely solid, stable, reliable. Now, the positive is solid, stable, reliable. The drawback is stubborn, immovable, and that's where this opposition comes from. Something is very solid, stable, and reliable, and it's not meeting your needs, not meeting your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and you need to focus on how can I take this to a different level. Now, I want to look to what's opposing, and that's the sun. The sun is illuminating. The sun is looking at you. The sun is in your 1st house saying, these are my wishes. These are my needs. I need to focus on me. I need to focus on my personal power. I need to focus on what are my habits, things that I've started, things that I want to accomplish. And Mercury here is stationed retrograde. Mercury is your ruler of your career, and it's your ruler of who you are, and it's retrograde. So you're going to be going back over some things that have to do with all about you, how you present yourself to the world, how people see you in the world, and how does that what is ending? What are these contracts? What are these people that will no longer align with what you are working with in this as you move forward? Remember that we have Aries North Node and the Libra South Node, and this is a precursor to push you towards this 18-month cycle. And so the Aries North Node is you saying, I need to focus on contracts that I have with others. So it's going to be ending these old contracts and moving you into a different direction of shared resources that you have with other people. And it will be you initiating those things and leaving behind only focusing on your own money and resources. But how do I boost that? How do I increase that? You are going to be increasing it by focusing on your contracts that you have with other people, your shared resources that you have. Now, does that mean you travel? Does that mean you connect with other people far and wide? Does that mean you take another class? Does that mean you teach a class? Does that mean you dive into something that has to do with spirituality? It does mean that you're going to be finishing some things that have to do and going back over some things that had to do with you and the top part of your chart, your career. You're basically kind of like rebranding who you are and coming out with a new focus of what you want to do to move forward with. Now, some of your partnerships are probably going to be put to the test. But if they're built on solid foundation, they're going to be good. But if they're not, it will be an ending or closure of. If they're built on solid foundation, then this will be an increase of, or a reconnection of, or a solidifying of. I'm encouraging you to embrace your vulnerability, to communicate openly, and to find the balance between your self-expression and your compromise, because what you are now going through, some things are going to be revealed and there's going to be some endings, and that you're going to feel it emotionally, but it's to set you up for who you are now becoming, the focus on you and these new connections that you're going to have with you over the next year, year and a half of your life. So for Libra and Libra rising, this full moon is occurring in your 6th house. Now the 6th house is your job and your workplace. It's the balance between work and home. It's where you find mentors and guides. It's your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's also about pets. It's the house where you are of service to other people. And so you might find that you're having some endings of some projects, or that you are no longer volunteering or with a group that you had participated in before. This could also mean that you are ending a workout routine or ending something that has to do with your health, and or something is going to be revealed that has to do with your mental, physical health and well-being. The sun is in your 12th house, illuminating, shining a light on needing to take time out to sit within. The 12th house is the house where we go to be alone. It's paying attention to our dreams. It's our intuition. It's our connection to the spiritual realm. And it is showing you that you need to be focused on, and that there's going to be some endings that are going to finally happen in your 6th house of could be volunteer with work and home, or it could be your daily habits, or it could be a health issue that you've had. Remember that Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. And so first I want to talk about Neptune. Neptune is, I have these grand dreams. It's about being very watery, very fluid, and everything is connected, and there are no boundaries. Neptune is currently retrograde. I like this in that Neptune retrograde means the glasses, the rose-colored glasses come off, and you are now seeing things clearly. This is about, I know what I can do. I know what my limitations are, or I know that this is really where I want to go, or this is what I want to do. I know what I should be focused on. I just have to have the plan in order to make it happen. Also, the ruler is Jupiter. Jupiter is in your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is your shared resources. It's other people's money. It's alimony, child support. It's the house of deep bonding. It's the house of insurance. It's the taxes. It is the house of wills. It's the house of occult. And there is this big grand earth trine between your 8th house, your 4th house of your home, family, roots, foundation, and your 12th house of going within. And so this is solid, stable, reliable, but this is also you possibly being stuck and not wanting to move out of these 3 areas of your life. That I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable. I don't want to be I don't want to have to go out into society and share what I know, or I don't want to have to redo that contract. I don't want to have to, everything is fine at home. Well, the Pisces full moon is saying, are you really putting your needs first? Because the North Node in your 7th house is in the sign of Aries. This is the direction of where you're supposed to be going. You are supposed to be initiating your partnerships. You are supposed to be going after. You are supposed to be finding a balance between who are you, and not always people pleasing, and thinking for yourself. And so this lunation is like this precursor that's setting you up for this 18-month cycle of, I need to focus on what are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams. Because when I give away everything, when I don't set aside time for myself, my health suffers. It's my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. And I need to release the boundaries of where I am stuck with others, and I need to surrender and trust to navigate these new waters of I inch closer to manifesting what are my cherished aspirations. So what are yours? What are your dreams? What are your hopes? What are your wishes? Now, Mercury is currently stationed retrograde in your 12th house. This is tapping into your intuition, tapping into shamanic work, your dreams. This is connection to the spiritual realm. This is your connection to your subconscious mind. And so offering a reconnection. Are you paying attention to your dreams? Are you paying attention to what brings you joy? Are you receiving the messages? And are you focused on them? Because if you don't, it will be your health that will suffer because of it. You have to be able to transform yourself. You have to be able to put forth the boundaries. This is going to be like this test for you of putting your needs above others. This is also going to be a time for you to reevaluate your habits and your self-care. Remember that Saturn is saying, like, you have to have some kind of a boundary here. You have to have some kind of a border with this. Incorporate more spiritual practices into your everyday life. This could be meditation. This could be yoga. Anything that has to do with holistic well-being. Are you taking your vitamins? Are you taking your supplements? Do you see a chiropractor? Or are you setting aside the time that you can tune in to figure out what does your body need? Align with your mind, your body, your spirit for these lasting positive changes. This is an opportunity for you to realize a higher being for yourself. So tap in and connect in, feel it, and know that you have to put me first above everybody else. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, this full moon is occurring in your 5th house. I love that this full moon is your 5th house because it's about love affairs, it's your investments, it's your self-expression, it's art and music and children and creativity. And so at this time, this could be a creative project is ending, or there could be a love affair that's ending, or a love affair that's now gone on to a different level of now we're ready to take this and make a commitment out of it. There could be a child moving out of the home. There could be, this is about your personal creativity, and this is being childlike and your social mobility. Remember that Saturn is here, and Saturn is lending its boundaries around here, because Pisces is, this is what I dream, this is what I hope, this is what my intuition tells me, and this is cleansing and removing the old boundaries in order for you to pay attention to your intuition, to tap into what do you really want and need and desire. Now Jupiter is here. Jupiter is one of the rulers of Pisces. Jupiter is it feels, it's watery, it's intuitive, it wants to become one. And now that it's currently retrograde, I like this because Jupiter retrograde, it takes off the rose-colored glasses and sees things for what they truly are. So you're going to be able to see what is the higher purpose of this? What is the higher good of this? Now, Jupiter is also the co-ruler, and it is in your 7th house of your friends, of that you are best friends with. It is your partnership, your marriage. It's your 1+1. It's your clients. It is your contracts that you have with other people. You're like your social contracts. Now, this is going to benefit from this, and this is lending the flavor of what do we need to dissolve boundaries of, and where will this move on to? Now, I do want to draw your attention to, there's this grand Earth trine. It's between your 11th house of your social circles that you move within to reach your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your aspirations. And it's about your communication and things that are closer to home, and it's your partnership sector. So we know that these three houses are going to be affected by what you're doing. And there's this opposition between this thing here is ending. There's this project that's ending, or this relationship that's ending, or this child moving out, or this, I'm finished with this. And so now I can start something new, something that will shift my partnership, something that will shift my new hopes, wishes, and dreams, something that will shift your communication. Now, remember, as a grand Earth trine, it's positive in a sense that solid, stable, reliable. The difficulty comes in stubborn, doesn't want to move, so solidly planted that it just takes something difficult, something hard, like an earthquake, in order to push you to move. Knowing that once you do accept that, okay, this has to end, then it will benefit all three of these areas of your life. This is an opportunity for you to confront your responsibilities and to take steps to turn your personal dreams into a reality. Your North Node is currently in your sixth house of your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. And so what is going on, this full moon, is activating the need for you to put your own wishes, needs, and desires first, for your better health, for your spiritual well-being, for you to go within and pay attention to what are your dreams, and don't always follow everybody else's, to put your needs first. And so this is the precursor of this 18-month cycle of, I need to focus on me before I can focus on anybody else. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to transform. I want to also talk about Mercury is retrograde. And Mercury retrograde in your 11th house means that you are going to be reevaluating your goals, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and you're going to be reevaluating the groups, the social circles, and the networks in which you participate and network in. This might mean that maybe there's Facebook groups that you no longer participate in, or maybe you truly it means you're going back over and revamping all of those things. Everything is up for grabs. This is what are your hopes? What are your dreams? What do you want to accomplish in life? Because the sun rules your career, and this is, what legacy do I want to leave behind? What do I want to do with my life? And I need to choose the people that I network with so that I'm not following somebody else's dream. I'm following my dream, and it just happens to run parallel to theirs. The focus needs to be completely on you first before others. So at this time, Saturn is like compelling you to express what are your artistic gifts in a disciplined way, whether it be for art or music or some type of creativity, or with children. Strive for authenticity and depth in all of your creative endeavors. Balance your desires with harmony, with a commitment to your passion that will lead to these meaningful accomplishments that you can feel good about and want to connect with others that you are very proud of. Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising. So this full moon is occurring in your 4th house of home. So this is about endings and closures. Are you moving to a home? Is somebody moving out of your home? Are you renovating or doing something to your home? This could also be experiences that have to do with your father. This could have to do with traditions or ancestors, or real estate, your property that you own. This is about your foundation. This could have to do with gardening or landscape. anything that has to do with endings and closures that have to do with this area. Maybe you're finding out that, I did a DNA test and I'm related to these people. Or it will be an ending, or something will be revealed about it. Full moons, they're highly emotional, and this one is ruled by the planets Neptune and Jupiter. And so Neptune in Pisces, Neptune is watery and it's psychic, it's intuitive, and it's like, I know this, but it's also, these are my dreams, and they're big dreams and there's no boundaries around them. Well, Neptune is currently retrograde. I like Neptune retrograde because it's taking off the rose-colored glasses and seeing things for how they actually are, seeing things for what is really possible, for what is truly going on with your home, with these endings. Now, Jupiter is in your sixth house. Jupiter is in the sign of Taurus. This is also a co-ruler. So is this ending, does it have to do with working from home, balancing between work and home, your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, pets, mentorship, where you donate your time? This is your daily habits. And so there will be some connection to Jupiter expanding some things, but having to have these endings and seeing them clearly. Remember that the full moon, it reveals, it ends, it has this closure, but Pisces is, these were my dreams and this is my intuition, and I need to get rid of these old dreams and these old thoughts and ideas, and I need to confront the responsibilities. I need to confront, what do I own in this? I need to take steps to turn my dreams into a reality. I want to bring your attention to the sun is at the top of your chart. This is your career, your legacy, you in the outside world of how people are seeing you. This is your career, your life path, and Mercury is currently retrograde. Mercury has you going back over some paperwork, some things that have to do with you traveling, going back over, I used to like this job, I want to be in this job. It's you thinking about, where do I really want to go? Really, what do I want to do? I need to rethink this. I need to finish up and tie up some loose ends here. I want to draw your attention to this grand earth trine between your 10th house of career, your 2nd house of self-worth, cash and property, your 6th house of daily habits, finding a balance between work and home, and your service to others. Now, I love a grand trine, especially grand earth trine. It's solid, it's stable, it's reliable. The drawback to it is stubborn, set in ways. And so are you being stubborn and set in your ways because the money is nice? Or are you settling for something that you shouldn't be settling in for because it doesn't meet your hopes, your wishes, your needs, your desires? Aries, North Node in Aries is saying for the next year and a half, this is the precursor that's setting up the next year and a half of your life of, I need to be focused on what brings me joy. And that means the 5th house is children, art, music, being creative, creating things. And you don't want to lose that. This is not following somebody else's, but making sure that you are following your dreams. Don't just jump on somebody else's. You need to be finding new networks, finding new groups so that you are following what you want, what you hope, what you dream, and making sure that this goes along with your home, your career, your cash, your property, in order for your health to be well. Now at this time, Saturn on the home front, the presence is emphasizing your domestic responsibilities, like responsibilities that you have at home, your roots, your foundation, your family. And so this is going to be a really great opportunity for you to heal these ancestral patterns, to create a nurturing home environment for yourself, not just doing something because it's been done for multiple years and tradition. No. Embrace this emotional vulnerability time to strengthen your family bonds of what do you want. This is about what you want to carry forth and ending old and creating new. So So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, this full moon is occurring in your third house. So the third house is the house of communication. It's your relationship with your siblings, with your neighbors. It's about it's writing, it's journaling, it's your routines, it's language, and it's about news and travel, but it's everything that's close to home. So a full moon here is about ending and closure. So are you finally going to say, I'm ready to take this class, or I'm ending this class, or I'm ready to have something published? Pisces is about dreams and your intuition and needing to cleanse and remove. And Saturn is saying, okay, I'm ready to end this area and then have new boundaries to move forward with. You're going to be taking a look at what are your responsibilities and taking steps to turn your dreams into a reality. Remember that Pisces is ruled by Neptune and it's ruled by Jupiter. And so Neptune is, these are my dreams and I see everything and it's watery, it's flowy. My intuition is like, I feel everything and I'm connected to everything. But Neptune is retrograde. I like Neptune retrograde because this is taking the rose-colored glasses off and seeing things for what they really are. You are truly having this ending, this closure to some things that have to do with your neighbors, with your siblings, with some things that you've been writing, journaling, something that has to do with your work, something that has to do with school, and saying, this needed to come to an end because I'm ready to move forward with some other things that are in my life. And the sun is illuminating the top of your chart saying, I need to travel. I need to have a broader view of things. I need to maybe think about different spirituality, different classes, different workshops, having things published. Now, Mercury is retrograde here. Mercury is, I want to travel, but there might be hiccups. I want to publish this. I need to go back and review some things. I want to take this class. I need to finish this up before I do this. The ninth house is foreign travel, higher education, different beliefs, different philosophies. It's about these prophetic dreams, and it's cross-cultural experiences. And so there might be an end with some things that are coming closer to home in order for you to broaden your horizons further away. Now, do you go there or do you do it through the internet? If you're planning on traveling, Mercury will give you some slow down and pause. Mercury just is an opportunity to go back, reflect, pause, slow down, finish before you move forward with. I want to draw your attention to this grand Earth trine between what you want to do with foreign people, places, and things, this cross-culture experience, and your fifth house of what brings joy to you. The fifth house is art, creative, music, children, and it's your first house of self. This is literally an opportunity for you to be rebranding yourself of what brings you joy. What art are you into? What creative projects? What do you want to start? This is how do I connect with these people in order to make this happen? Earth trines are very solid, very stable, very reliable. The difficulty that comes with it is stubborn, stuck in one place, not wanting to change. And so sometimes you have to have big endings in order to have you push forth and change. So definitely be following your intuition with this. With this happening in your third house, how are you going to communicate this? What's going to happen to your area that is close to home? And how will this transform you with things that you need to do? Your North Node is in your fourth house of home, and you needed to be thinking about yourself first before you think about your career and helping others in your career. Like this is, I need to put down roots for myself. I need to be figuring out what will satisfy me first before I put in that 100-hour work week for somebody else. It needs to be about your needs before other people's needs. Because this full moon is occurring in your communication sector, Saturn is really pushing you to speak, to write, to have depth to your communication style, to be authentic with what you say and like mean what you say and say what you mean, to channel your enthusiasm into meaningful conversations and these learning experiences that now you are going to be open to or have experiences, have the opportunity for these experiences. So balance your adventurous spirit with focused communication to bring yourself some fulfillment, safety to the local environment. This is about you increasing your knowledge, your writing, and your communication in order to broaden your horizons as you move forward. So for Aquarius and Aquarius rising, this full moon is occurring in your second house. So the second house is your money, your finances, your cash, your property, your self-worth. It's your skills, it's your income, it's your movable property, it's your talents. It is all about you. And so you're going to have some things that are going to be ending because full moons always reveal, they end. So there might be, maybe you're selling off some property, maybe you're getting rid of some things that no longer are of value to you, or that you're ready to you're ready for something new because this has outlived its purpose for you. This is you tuning into what are your dreams, what are your what is your intuition, needing to cleanse and remove and get rid of some things that have outlived their purpose for you. Confront what are your responsibilities and take these steps to bring your dreams into reality. We have Neptune, the ruler, and Jupiter, co-ruler of Pisces. And so we look to Neptune first. Neptune sees things with these rose-colored glasses and these dreams of this is really what I want to happen, and it's all watery and it's intuitive, but it's not always realistic. And so because Neptune is stationed retrograde, this is you taking off the rose-colored glasses and saying, I now have a crystal clear view of what my finances are. I now know what I have to do in order to make certain things happen in my life. I'm more tuned into it. The co-ruler is Jupiter in your fourth house. This has to do with your home, your family, your property, your foundation, your roots. This is real estate. This is traditions. This is also the house of your ancestors and your lineage. And so knowing that, you're going to be working on, I want to expand the fourth house of my area of my life. And some things may be shocking and surprising. They need to be shocking and surprising because I want to draw your attention to this grand earth trine between your home, your 8th house of shared resources that you have with other people, and your 12th house of you going within. It's your fears, it's your intuition, it's dreams, it's your personal unconscious. The 12th house is your intuition, it's your connection to the spiritual realm. And a grand earth trine is connecting your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, these things that you see and you know that are available to you. And your 8th house of your shared resources, how do I make this happen? And your 4th house of home, what does this mean to you for your home? Now, grand earth trine, they're absolutely beautiful in that everything is working together. The difficulty that comes is sometimes it's earth. It doesn't want to move. It's solid, stable, reliable, but can be stubborn and not want to transform the way that it should. And so that's what's opposing you. You have this full moon of endings that have to do with something with your own personal cash, property, and how you feel about yourself because of the sun is illuminating your 8th house. Remember that the 8th house is you with other people. It's the contract that you share with other people. It's other people's resources. It's the house of death and taxation and other people's resources. And so Mercury is retrograde here. Mercury has you going back over contracts that you have with other people. This could be debt that you have with other people. This could be alimony, child support, taxes, wills, anything that you share with somebody else. Mercury is going back over that paperwork or going back over those either verbal or written contracts. And these could be like marital contracts, business contracts. The eighth house is of it's insurance. So Mercury retrograde is, okay, we're going to be going back over this. And the sun is saying, this is an area of my life that I'm focusing on, but I'm going to be having some full moon revealing some endings that have to do with my own personal resources as a direct cause of what's going on with that. And I need to take personal responsibility and take steps in order to bring my personal dreams into a reality. Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. This full moon is occurring in your first house of self. I love this about you because as a Pisces rising, you are the last sign of the zodiac. You are fluid, you are watery, you are intuitive, you are psychic, you feel everything to the depths of your soul, and you are about exploring uncharted territories. And so the sun in your seventh house is exploring the options of, I need to be more earthy, solid, grounded, and I'm focused on relationships, partnerships, significant others, one-on-one with clients. But the full moon is illuminating these areas of where you have these boundaries, because Saturn, it's conjunct Saturn. Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac. It's wanting you to get rid of some boundaries and then go back to have fresh new. The conjunction is representing all time, all matter. It has to do with revelations that have to do with your heightened emotions. The presence of Saturn is going to be bringing this feeling of weight, and I don't want to be weighted down by things. I want to just awaken my yearnings, my to have this profound feelings for intuition. And you're able to do that and to see things clearly because we have Neptune. Neptune is stationed retrograde. I like Neptune retrograde. Neptune represents your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. It's about you seeing the bigger picture. It's about no limits. But we have to have some limits, and that's where the Saturn comes in and where the Neptune comes in. And Neptune retrograde says, look, I want you to take off these goggles, these rose-colored glasses, and I want you to see things clearly. These are things that you're able to do. These are things that are within your reach. Now, full moons always mean endings, closures. So we know that there's some type of a chapter of your life that's ending, and there's a new chapter of your life that's just beginning. And this is all about your identity. It's all about what you dream for yourself, what you want, what you believe in. Now, we also have Jupiter. Jupiter is one of your co-rulers of your chart. It's in your third house of communication, and it's in travel and education. Now, I like this in that you are going to be communicating your wants, your needs, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. And Saturn is going to give you a deeper meaning of it and allow you to pay attention to your intuition, but also have boundaries on people, places, and things that normally interfere with your intuition. I like having Saturn here because Saturn is going to say, where have you just given away your power? Where have you given up on your dreams? Saturn is going to be like this anchor that, because your dreams right now, you don't want them to slip through your fingers. And Saturn is going to say, it's time for you to get grounded. It's time for you to, because you're all of this water, this intuition, it's going to provide you with the mountain that you need to climb, the things that you need to do, the concrete steps in order for you to move forward with actions to manifest what you want to do, to turn your dreams into something that's more tangible. Now, we do have Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde at this time is about Your communication skills need to be concise and to the point. No, I think I may be. No, if no means no, it's setting a boundary. If yes means yes, then state it. Mercury retrograde with your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, and it's conjunct the sun. The sun represents you, but it also represents you as an authority figure. And Mercury has you going back over people, places, and things that are in this area of your life. And this is your significant other, your partnerships, your relationships with friends. I want to bring into, I want to explain a little bit about this beautiful grand Earth trine, because Jupiter is in your third house in the sign of Taurus with Uranus. And Jupiter is, I want to expand some things, but Taurus is solid and grounded. Uranus is the planet of this shock and surprise where you do need to shift and you do need to pivot. It is in a trine with Pluto in your 11th house of personal hopes, wishes, dreams, and what you want to do in this lifetime. And it's the people that you connect up with in order to manifest those dreams in a trine with your 7th house of partnerships. So for you, this is with this full moon, the full moon in Pisces, I want to manifest these dreams. Who do I connect with? Making sure that I am not following somebody else's dream, that I can follow my dream, and I can work with others who have similar hopes, wishes, and dreams. And it's your partnerships, it's your significant others, and it's going to be the way that you communicate it. In the sign of Virgo, Virgo wants a plan. Virgo wants to be organized. Virgo wants to be detailed. It's about paying attention to all these things. And how do you do this? Well, some things are going to be needing to be shaken up, and there's going to be these endings, and it's going to be an ending of who you were and coming up with a plan and an action in order to manifest these dreams. This is going to be an opportunity for you to bridge the gap between your intuition, your spiritual awareness, and engage in these practices that are going to help you connect to the forces of the universe and bring them down and make them solid and grounded. So meditation, journaling, water, definitely water with you. And this is like taking those nice Epsom salt baths, allowing the Pisces watery currents to cleanse away these old limitations that you've had with yourself or that other people have had with you, and that inhibit your self-expression and your authenticity of who you really are. Take the time to surrender to this new flow of where you are now going in being your authentic self. This is navigating the Pisces water in order to be grounded into the transformation of who you are. This is kind of illuminating who you were and with an ending, and allowing a new beginning and your new hopes, wishes, and dreams to come true. Remember that this Pisces full moon is going to be all about your identity. It's how people see you, how you view yourself. Saturn's influence here is going to encourage you to reevaluate your relationships with money, material things. This is about your possessions and looking for this harmonious balance between your material ambitions and your spiritual value of things so that you can have lasting abundance for what you want to move towards. This is including your self-worth. Remember that this is what is your self-concept with your personal goals? Who can help you manifest these personal goals? And what areas with Jupiter and Uranus here do you need to shake up in order to make these things happen? Embrace your uniqueness, align it with your individuality for your deeper purpose, and authenticity becomes your pathway to your personal growth as you move forward. Embrace these Piscean energies and use this grounding influence of this grand earth trine to your advantage. Allow the endings to happen and allow these fresh starts and new beginnings to happen, because it's going to be all about you and your soul's true purpose.